It's just weird. Don't know why it disconnected the stream. Sorry about that, folks. Schoolhouse classroom, I believe. Because Hopes managed to go, um... Yep, there he is. Muriel located the eastern aisle. Oh. Oh no. Not him. Oh. Why? Why must it be him? I'm sorry, Pastor. Jesus, look how much HP he has. Alright, good. This hurts my soul. He was a good guy. I don't know if I need absolution. Is it for those who PvP a lot? D. Way over there. I'm out from whence he came. So, here. Wait, don't I already have D's ball bearing? I probably didn't, I just forgot. I didn't want to kill the turtle. He was a nice dude. No. Oh, he was right here, huh? I think I did kill him. Brother Corin. Brother Corin. I feel like I've heard that name. Who's Brother Corin? Oh my god, game, don't do that to me. That scares me. Brother Corin. He was found easily inside the round table hold. I forgot how he looks. Found him right outside the Coliseum in Lanedale Royal Capital. Garang Feast Clergyman, which... Okay. War Counselor E.G.? Oh boy, I gotta kill E.G. now? What the what? What happened to him? Okay. I've gotten all the merchants. Let me talk to Shabriri.
Chosen, tarnished, and would-be lord,
I am Lord.
descend into the depths far below the Erdtree capital. Seek audience with the three fingers and the flame of frenzy.
Can I kill him? That's for Yura. There's another merchant I forgot. The game did not mention that.
The time was solitude.
Another one right here. Yeah, for anyone who comes back in here, I apologize. I don't know what happened to the stream. It just cut off. He just laughed. I want to kill Preceptor Celibus. He was an, he's a jerk. Been trying to say that I was a waste of space, and that if he's like, if I were Ronnie, I would just ignore you. I'm like, oh, you want to play that game, buddy? We'll see about that. Come fight me. He's probably dead because I completed Ronnie's ending, which is pretty good. Time to take a payback against Celibus. Technically, I think he's racist. Man, he's like, why would she focus on someone who's a mere tarnish like you? I'm like, jeez. I'm proving my worth. She adores me. She likes me. And you have the gall to say that? Oh, what happened here? Look at this. Payback. Did I get all the merchants? Yep. I think I did. Yeah, there's no merchants in there. That's the finger reader crone. There's another merchant right there. Gotta go talk to him now. I forgot we had one right there. Wait a minute. Over there. Oh, he's way up there. Oh. Is there an easy way to get up there? Probably not. Best way would be going right here, going straight west, south to that bridge. I wonder if merchants can feel each other's life force, so if they realize someone is dead, they would all get the signal and become instantly hostile towards me. They're like, so you're the one who's killed my brother, or something like that, you know? Because I believe the merchants were all supposed to be family, hence why they band together. I don't have to worry about those big old skull monsters anymore. Killed them all. Gotta go on this bridge. I'm trying to find every single merchant. Huh. That thing is terrifying. It's strange how that one spawns right there. Okay. Where's the hermit merchant? What was that? Thanks, Mikey Wazowski, or Waskowski, for the follow, man. Really appreciate it. Now, how did I get over there? Wait, I think it would be a lot easier if I just did this. What's up? What do you think is the best build for the first playthrough, starting tomorrow and playing all the previous Souls games? It depends on what's your basic preference. What do you want to go for? You want to go for a tank? You want to go for like a bleed build, a scarlet rot build? Which good luck with that one because that one's hard to get. Oh, there it is. How would I get down there? My personal preference would be the bleed build, which is what I have. The Rivers of Blood katanas. But you can't always rely on this one for enemies. You sometimes have to get one where it does a lot of staggering, like against rock monsters or crystal monsters. It's like, do you want to use like regular swords, a rapier, a double-handed axe, something like that? What would be your favorite thing to get? So, for example, for my Rivers of Blood katana, what I would recommend for like a bleed build is Arcane, Dex, Vigor, Endurance, and a little bit of Strength. Because sometimes you do need Strength just to get a little bit more damage out there, you know? Just a little bit more. For me personally, I love the bleed build because it's, it builds up over time. And there will be a chance where one of your strikes will deal like maybe 3,000 damage at one shot, you know? Which is a lot, especially for a game like this. Another recommendation I have is to only use Ash summons. Do not summon NPC players to help you. The reason being, they double the boss's HP. You like playing strength builds, but the weapon art looks really good, so looking for different options. Like, see this? Notice that extra 5,000 damage right there.
Your kind. But I wanted
A lot of people don't like to
solitude.
kill merchants like what I'm doing right now because they feel guilty afterwards. But it's beneficial at the very end of the game because you don't have to go all around the map just to look for that one specific merchant that sells that one specific item, you know? Sorry, horse. Or donkey. Whatever. I go back to the round table hold. I think I got every single merchant slaughtered. I forget. So you like playing different strength builds, but the weapon arts look really good, so I'm looking for different options. So, I've shown you what this katana can do. Man, if you be... I also highly recommend using bleed build for your first playthrough. Reason being, a lot of bosses get staggered when you use the bleed build. For example, you know that infamous boss that everyone keeps talking about, Melania, Blade of Mikola, as she keeps saying every time she kicks your butt in the game? Apparently, when she does her infamous dance that no one likes because it automatically kills you on the spot. Holy cow. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus. Gotta do this now. But when she did the waterfowl dance, I just kept using my skill on my katana. And it cancels out the move, so she doesn't do it. It's a very beneficial move to use. Ooh-wee. Ooh, what do we got here? Ooh. Weathered map. A simple map, badly weathered. I don't know what that does, but okay. Slumbering egg. Is dual wielding same as Dark Souls 2, or is it like Dark Souls 3 where there are only specific weapons for dual wield? You can dual wield anything, but it dominates mostly on your right hand. So if you're going to want to use a skill with your left weapon, it won't work unless you swap them. Oh man, this is more convenient. I hate to do that to them, but whatevs. I consider this the ultimate taboo. Just checking to see if I missed anything from these merchants. Well, it's all in one place. It's a shame. But I can show you some weapons that I have in here.
I see. Oh, is that right? So Master Hugh won't listen to you either.
It's not he won't listen to me, he lost his memory.
I'll try and talk him round next time. I know he was given this great entreaty to craft a weapon which could slay a god. Though I can't help but think of it as a curse, a fearsome curse, put on him by Queen Marika. And if that's the case...
So, Mikey, let me get this straight. You've never played a single gameplay of Elden Ring before?
Oh, so it wasn't just me this happened to. To think he'd forget who you were as well. I knew.
Because if you haven't played this game before, I highly recommend leveling up as much as possible before battling the first boss and enhancing your weapons as much as you can. Reason being, apparently everyone in the gaming community for Elden Ring can 100% agree. The first boss, like the actual... Oh, you're downloading it right now? Sweet. But let me recommend you this about the first boss because no one told me about this. He's really one of the hardest bosses to beat in the game. It sucks. Like, to put this in perspective, my very first playthrough of this game, it took me 8 hours to beat him because no one told me about, like, how difficult this guy is. And they told me, like, use an NPC summon. But after I struggled for 8 hours, I watched a video online where someone explained that an NPC summon, so you're going to notice this character in the very beginning of the game. If you help him out, I'm getting what he wants, named Roger. He's a magician. Or a sorcerer, I would say. He helps you in battle, but the problem with him, or with any NPC summons in general, is that the boss's health doubles, the damage output is a lot greater, and it's kind of a lot more harder than normal to predict the boss's movements. So what I recommend is leveling up your Ash summons, which are the things that can help you aid you in battle. They can be the ones taking the aggro damage, whereas for you, you can, you know, backstab the boss or backstab an enemy. Stuff like that.
I'll remain with Hugh. He made me who I am today. I'd like to return the kindness in whatever small way I can.
But apparently the first boss is completely optional. Some people found ways. Like, this is your Ash summons. Thanks for the tip. Dark Souls is my favorite game series, but I didn't have time for Elden Ring because of school. I'll be honest. I started playing Elden Ring like 2.5 weeks ago. And that was my very first Souls game as well. So, when I was playing it, some people were telling me like, oh, you want to get like a very powerful weapon early in the game? Like, let me show you the map. Like, in full. This is the entire map of the game. Where you start off is... here. It's in this little area underground. You start off right here. There's a cave of knowledge. Don't go there yet. You're going to die a lot, and it's going to be a lot more frustrating. So, once you complete this, you come out. There's your first site. Later on, you want to go down to the Church of Ella, which is where a merchant is at, where you can start crafting things for the very first time. But be forewarned, this area has a mini boss where it's on a horse and he's like made of gold. He can kill you pretty quickly. But there's some people who are confident enough where they can memorize attack patterns really quickly and kill him in the first beginning of the game. I don't recommend it for newcomers, for those who have never played this before, because you will have a bad time with him. So just sneak around him like that, and then go to the Church of Ella. And then afterwards, you go down to this pathway where the Gatefront Ruins is at. Go to the Gatefront. And then you'll talk to this girl named Melina, who will give you a horse named Torrance. You can farm in here. That's what I did in the beginning of the game. Just sneak up behind them, just stab them, and that's it. That's all you have to do, because it's usually a one-hit kill. But be careful, because there is an enemy here with a trumpet. And if he catches you doing stuff like that, he'll blow his trumpet, which makes all the enemies that you haven't killed in this area come directly towards you. And when that happens, all you have to do is just go back to the site of grace that you found. You can't teleport when you're when enemy is aggroing you. But you go there, go into the site of grace, the enemies respawn in their fixated areas. That's what happens. And then, oops. Go back to this. So you're in the game front. If you go in here, you're going to see 4 enemies with arrows or like bows shooting at you, but there's a troll above here that comes down to hit you. You can skip this by just running, and if there's arrows about to hit you or the troll monster is about to attack you, just dodge roll, break your way through the barrier case, which all you have to do is just either dodge roll or just smack it. Work your way, boom, next site of grace right here. You can go around here. There's some enemies right here. Go around here. Be careful, because there's an enemy with a turret right here. that can shoot as far as right here. If he sees you, it's going to be a bad time. Recommendation? Just go around here. There's a couple of enemies that you can take out. Sneak up behind this guy with that big O tank. Go in the tunnel. Boom, you got right there. Or you got to the side of Grace here. Then right here is where you battle Margit, the Fell Omen. Apparently he's optional if you know where to find a teleportation device that can transport you from, I would say, I believe it was, where was it? From like right here to all the way like here. I don't like that whatsoever. Margit will have a very bad time, but fortunately, his is just physical damage. A couple bit of holy damage, but it's not that bad. But when he does swing, just dodge roll towards him. If you see him shooting or like throwing knives at you, dodge roll to the sides. And that's all you have to do. Make sure you have a good Ash summon to help you along. My recommendation is the Banished Knight Engval, because he's a tank, in a sense. But it's best to like raise him up using I think it was called Ghost Gloveworts, which are, let me go find them. You might not get it into the round table hold, but Melina will teleport you there. What I mean by the Ghost Gloveworts, they look like these. You use these to level up your Ash summons, which do require your runes. Of course, like the Souls game, your runes are both your currency and your leveling system. For example, what level am I on? 240. What I need to level myself up is 482,232. That's the requirement. But also, if you do need any help whatsoever beating a boss, just whisper me on Twitch, or if you want to like add me on Discord, it's Heaven's Archer numbers 2038. 2038. Those are my numbers, so you can add me on my Discord. You could like let me know saying like, hey, can you help me beat this boss now? And I'll say, sure, why not? But in order for you to summon me in a boss once you get to like Margit, let me show you. So, let's say you made it here to the Castle War Tunnel. Once this loads. There we go. You're right here. And you find this. You press examine. Now the summoning pool is functional for multiplayer. So when you say like, if you tell me like, are you at this spot right here? And I say, yeah. Then all you have to do is go to your multiplayer, put in your multiplayer password. So for example, mine is Heaven. So if you were on right now, you make it here. Just look for, just type in this multiplayer password and it should be connected to me. Then you use the Fur Calling Finger Remedy. And I use, for example, this. So I'll give you a good example. Let's just say that I got this. I'm going to use this. So if you have my password, and you use, let me see, where's the item? If you use the Fur Calling Finger Remedy, your character will proceed to do this. Yeah, it'll stay active, and you wait until you see like a gold summon sign right here. If you see a gold summon sign, you press like, for example, E, and it'll show you like a character's name. It says, do you want to summon them? You say yes, and then I will get a notification on my screen in the middle, like above where the re-message sign says. It'll say like, you're teleporting to another player's world. That's it. And you can nullify it by just pressing it again so you can cancel the multiplayer. But do be forewarned, just like summoning players from another world, you have around 1,000 hours in Dark Souls 2. Dang. And this game looks different, but kind of same, so looking forward to it. Man, if you are a big fan of the Souls series, you'll love this one, for sure. Yeah. Yep. And for me, like since I'm level like 240 right now, or is it 240? If you summon me and let's say you're like level 30, my 240 is going to go down to 30, but I still keep my weapons and my outfit. But do be forewarned, your first outfit is basically what you're going to be using throughout the entire game until you can find these outfits. Where you find these outfits, they're spread throughout the entire game. For example, this outfit I have, you're not going to be able to get this until you reach all the way here to this place. And it's going to be like right underneath this bridge right here. And that's where I found this outfit. And some of these outfits have benefits. Some of them will make you a little bit way more immune to being staggered in the game. There'll be some where it'll silence my footsteps. So for example, when I'm moving, you don't hear a single footstep. But let's just say, for example, I want to switch this outfit to like, let's just use like Melania's outfit. What happens then? Now you can hear my footsteps. The enemies have very good hearing, so if they hear you doing this, they're going to hear you and they're going to attack you. But if I use this, no sound. And this is my recommendation if you start off. You want to sneak out behind him like this and do this. Well, that's not the right way of doing it. But like, this is my main weapon's attack. Just doing that. But that's like my main weapon skill, just doing this. Again. One more time. Another weapon that some people recommended to stagger enemies is the Moonveil Katana. What does that do? You hold shift, hold left click, or right click, and then you use left click to swing. That does magic damage. And if there's an enemy with a shield, it'll stagger them most likely. And there's ways to backstab an enemy. But for some reason, the game doesn't work when you have two katanas out. So you hold E, use your left click to take your katana from your left hand out. You do this. Sneak up behind him. Now, let me show you this move. So, this guy has a shield up. Come on, buddy. Put your shield up. So he does that. It usually negates shield damage, too. And yes, you can equip multiple katanas at a time. So, for example, I want to do this. And I want to do the same thing with this side. But do be forewarned, more weapons you equip increases your load. Fortunately for me, I got a lot, so I can use all this if I wanted to. So now I want to switch. Boom. I got these. You're not going to get these until you battle Melania, which is probably the most infamous boss in the game. But fortunately, if you use this, you do this. So. See? You do the waterfowl dance. And you'll get great runes too in the game. Let me show you. So the first great rune you're ever going to get in this game is Godric's Great Rune. It says raises all attributes. But you can't just do this and then boom, your stats in the game just increase. You can't. It doesn't work like that. Like if you look on the top left of my screen, you'll see it like dim with the actual emblem engraved. So how do you use it? You have to find these rune arcs. Now watch my health bar and everything else. It goes up. And in my status, everything went up by 5. That's what it means. So everything here goes up by 5 stats, which is really good for new players, because that means you technically leveled up, hypothetically, let's see, 40 times. So let's just say you're level 30. This means that your game levels you up to 70, but you're still level 30 in the game. But just because you got the rune from the boss, so you're not going to get a rune or a great rune from this guy. In order for you to get the great rune, you have to go to Godric the Craft. These special attacks are really cool. Older games didn't have those. Yeah. Unfortunately. Wait, what's this? Oh, that's a finger reader crone. Okay. Yeah. Apparently, if you get stuck in this game and you don't want to stagnate your progression, you can skip this by going back to the Stormhill Shack, working your way underneath this bridge, and you'll find the finger reader crone. Apparently, you go across this little area right here. It'll take you over here, which then in return takes you to the Liurnia Highway South. And then, for some reason, you can backtrack your way to Godric. Very weird. Don't know why you would want to do that. But I guess if you want to skip 2 bosses real quick, you can. But you don't get, like, the full, completed, awakened Great Rune when you beat, like, Godric the Grafted, which is the second world boss in the game, or the main boss of the story. So this guy. When you get him, you have to awaken it, or awaken its benediction, which in order for you to do that, you have to find the Limgrave Tower Bridge, and you find a teleportation device that teleports you to this. Once you can only open this if you beat the boss that has the room for this tower. So this is a good little bit of advice for you. So once you get his great room, let me show you how it looks. You go to the Limgrave Tower Bridge. Once you find it, of course. Which is outside in the main area of this castle. So, it'll appear here. You come over here. Boom. You find this. Use it. You go up here. Be careful, though. There is big enemies up ahead. So, for here, you can't use your horse. You just gotta run. You'll see these things. And I'm gonna do this. And be careful, there's a bow user. You can still run away from them if you can. Get behind a pillar. Wait for that bow user to do this. And run. Get underneath his legs because he can't get to you. Run. And you find this teleportation device. This happens after you get the Great Rune. Travel to this. Now you're safe. And where does this teleport you to? Teleport you to this. But in perspective, you're right here. Worked your way to right here. Teleportation device teleports you here. And if you didn't come here before, this door would close. Would have been closed. You press E, your character opens it up, yada yada. Yep. And basically, you take this big old elevator ride. Man, it's taking a while. I've forgotten how tall this thing was. Yeah, so you just get on this thing. Takes you all the way upstairs to where this side of Grace is at. All the whatnot stuff. Yeah. So you would have be sent upwards right there. Come right here. Get the side of grace. Don't worry about the bloodstains in the game. People were just idiots and they decided, I'm just going to jump off this cliff. You come over here. You find this. And you'll see the rune that would look just like the one I'm equipped. But you wouldn't be able to equip it yet. You press E and then your character will just touch it. And then boom, now you can use it. And that's all you have to do. And you can just teleport all the way back to where Godric the Grafted was at. And then you just work your way around until you get to the lake-facing cliffs in the Stillwater Cave. And then you just be sent up on your journey all the way to this. Which then, afterwards, after you're done doing that, you gotta face the nightmare. That is Caelid. I hate this place. It's creeped me out when I first played it. You have to get down to here. There's this teleportation device, fortunately, right there, which takes you to here. And then there's like an area right here where you do a little cinematic moment. Be teleported all the way over here, and then you're going to experience a cutscene and stuff like that. You battle this boss. Yay, good job. Then you work right here. You work all the way over to Lanedale, which you can skip that, and you can just go to here, but this is a pain in the butt. Battle the boss here. After that happens, you could be sent up to here, which then in return takes you to the fire giant. You beat that guy. Boom. You sent the world ablaze. As you can see. Just so you know, in the very beginning of the game, this is not how it looked. And where's that at? Right here. There are some bosses in this game where it is a nightmare to beat. Let me tell you. There are some hidden bosses in the game. Like, for example, there's an underground. Where do you find the bosses? One right here. Well, right here, actually. There's another world boss right here. And a boss right here. Or actually, no, it's right here. Yeah, in total, there are 15 remembrances in the game, which is what... 15 remembrances is meaning the actual boss in the game. Oh yeah, I forgot. And there's one more boss right here. It's a deer. New map looks huge. Horse was a good idea. It is a good idea, man. You're gonna need it. Yep. But this is where the most infamous boss is in the game, named Melania, Blade of Mikola. This is the one that everyone had a trouble time doing, but I guarantee if you get a Mimic tier summon, which is apparently the best summon you can get in the game, if you enhance it all the way to up to plus 10, it is the best best summoning you can ever use in the game. If you're playing the solo, you know? Because I used him against Melania on my first journey. It took me 10 tries to beat her because I wasn't used to her moveset. In this journey, though, it only took me one time. You can look at my previous stream before this this current one was cut off for a little bit. This thing is awesome, honestly. And it only took me one try to beat her, and I was super stoked about that. There is another boss in this area. No, it's not in this area. There is two bosses in this area. There's the Dragon Lord Plesidusex boss. Very tough for first timers. Let me tell you. And then Malekith. This is the one that everyone hated because he does the Destined Death, but he is the coolest boss ever. Destined Death damages your HP, and sometimes you will not be able to heal properly with it. There are some quests that you're going to have to pay very close attention to because sometimes the game doesn't give you like locations on where to go. They'll just say, I need you to find this place. So going online, and there's no shame in going online to search up a specific quest. And in this game, there's 6 endings. I completed 2 of them. The main ending and Ronnie's ending, which was in my previous part of my live stream. Of today's stream, actually. It was fun. Let me tell you. I completed that ending. The next one, I would say I would do the Flame of Madness ending. Everyone said that one's the most epic visual aspect of the game. I'm probably going to do that for the third playthrough. But I feel like for my next coming up stream, I'm going to try to play Horizon Zero Dawn. I never played that game. I heard good things about it. I've never seen a single gameplay of it, just the artwork, and that's it. That one, as well as Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. That's the one I want to play the most. Because, you know, there's a second game coming up that I've seen the gameplay for it, or like the trailer of it. And let me tell you, they use one of my favorite like tribe-like bands to be featured in that album. Am I planning to play other Souls games? Absolutely, man. Someone recommended me to play Sekiro, Cowards Die Twice. What other game? I know there's Dark Souls 1 through 3, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Sekiro. Is there another one I'm missing? I'm trying to remember if there was another one. But Sekiro is definitely on my go-to Let's Play of. I have never played a single gameplay of it. I have yet to even seen any gameplay of it. I heard that one's even a lot more tougher than this. But hopefully my skills for this one. Oh, Neo as well. That's it. I do have Neo. The second one, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's another cool little exploit in this game where you can gain a lot of runes for your first time. Where it requires you to go is, if I can recall correctly, I think it was Lenny's Rise? No. I think it was Fort Ferris. Yep, this is. Yeah. There is a teleportation device in Limgrave. If I recall correctly, the teleportation device was around... Where was it? I'm trying to remember. It was somewhere above, like, right around here. That teleportation device takes you all the way to the Bestial Sanctum, which once you get there, be careful, there's like a big old boss here, but you can outrun it by using your horse and just running down the bridge, going all the way down to Fort Ferris, get the saving grace there, and you'll see this thing. It is a huge dragon. What I recommend you doing is go to your inventory, find these things out in the wild, which you can find on the beach shores of Limgrave. Use it. If you got a bleed weapon, this will make it even easier. And if you got exalted flesh, it'll make it a lot easier. What you want to do is just hit its tail. And yeah, for first timers, this may take a while to do. Don't worry about that. Usually when they do that, that Elder Dragon's just trying to warn others, saying like something's heading us. You gotta look around. But as long as you just focus on this and not worrying about it, you should be fine. When you do this for the first time, this will take a while. But you do this until his HP goes pretty low. So I'm gonna use this. Wait for my thing to heal up. And you want to do this until his HP bar is pretty close to dead. There's a reason why. This part right here is going to be especially important when you play this. So when you see that going down, get on your horse. It just keeps smacking it. When you're doing that, until you see his HP bar going down to 0, you're going to see it. Once you see him move, run to the side of Grace as fast as possible. So that happens. Run over here. Jump off. Press E. Reason being, it'll reset it. You'll get your new runes. He's still there. You can keep going back and forth, and this is the fastest way to get runes as a beginner. For a newcomer, this may take you like, I would say 5 minutes tops if you're fast enough. So yeah, when you see his HP bar like this close to dead, get on your horse, keep swinging. Once you see his whole body just turn, get on your, while you're still on your horse, run over here, jump off of it as fast as you can, press E really quick. Yeah, so it's like you get off of it real quick, immediately press E. You'll still get your runes, and it'll reset infinite amount. This, to me, honestly, it's the fastest way of getting runes for a beginner. So I highly recommend doing that, guys. Especially if you're a new player in this game. And I'm going to be very blunt with this. Do not listen to gatekeepers in the game saying that you are a bad Souls player if you use Ash summons. I say go for it. Especially for new players in Journey 1, it's a very huge benefit to use them on your first playthrough. So that way, you can use them as aggro, and at the same time, you can watch the boss's attack patterns so you can memorize exactly like, okay, he's going to swing like that, so I got to dodge. You know, like dodge roll like that. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm having trouble doing this myself. If you panic roll, you're most likely gonna get hit. And let me tell you, these enemies and bosses hit hard. Every time you do a new game plus, the attack and their HP goes up more. That's why it's highly recommended to leveling up as much as possible. For me, someone fortunately assisted me by like allowing me to summon them into my world and then just keep jumping off a cliff, and I keep getting 370,000 runes every kill. And that helps me level up a lot faster. And the guy recommended that if you get to the very end of your first journey, be at least level 140. Do that, and you're basically set. You should be strong enough to battle every boss from the where you started to the very end of the game. Man, I couldn't agree more on that. And there's another cool little exploited glitch, but this only happens if you get to like this area. There is a cliff around here, I think, where you can look down and you'll see a bird, like a big old bird. You shoot one arrow at it, it'll run towards you and fall off a cliff. You can get an easy 10,000 runes every single time. If you do it correctly, it should be every 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, you get 60,000 runes. It's a good way to level up fast. That's another good recommendation. But for new players, I highly recommend doing this exploit. Surprisingly, the devs didn't patch this. I don't know why. And the reason why you get so many runes from this is not because you killed this Elder Dragon. It's because the Elder Dragon is only a micro amount of runes that you get from it. But all the dragons over there, once he screams, he kills all the dragons at the same time. And you get all their runes too. Easy win. But yeah, I believe my next stream will be me playing Horizon Zero Dawn. That's my goal. I want to play it so badly, but back then I wasn't able to. Does the time of day affect the game? For in-game time, be very wary when you're like hunting in the middle of the night. You will find mini bosses that will appear. Like in Caelid, there's these things called Deathbirds, and let me tell you, every player that plays this game hates those birds, and I hate them too. They do frostbite, they do death blight, they can pierce blood damage on you. They are a nightmare. Even if you use a mimic tier, your mimic tier can die pretty quickly because of them. But like, for example, let's say you found this site of grace at the very beginning of the game. And let's just say that you transfer this place into nighttime. So this is still evening, I believe. or afternoon, you can still pass the time. So it says it's late at night. So let me go to nightfall. Like right now, it's nightfall. You'll see the moon. Let's just say that this is your first time playing. If you're hunting this area at night, you're like, I'm gonna find some more sites of grace. So you come down here. Sure, you're gonna see a couple of enemies that you can just do this at them. Simple as that. But when you cross this bridge, what you're gonna see would not be like someone like on a horse that has like a big barbarian sword. It's called the Black Knight Cavalry, and it's one of the mini bosses in the game. That is a very hard to beat boss for someone who's just started. Unless you can memorize its attack patterns. And let me tell you, I died way too many times from it, and that was very unexpected. What the heck? Okay, that was weird. So there's like a mini boss here at the dead of night. There is a boss in between this area when you first play, regardless of what day it is. So if it's day, or afternoon, night, you're going to see it right here. There's a dragon right here. Yep. Pain in the butt for first timers. Let me be clear. If you walk right here, for example, and you're walking over here, you make it right here. If I were you, just get to where you're like right on the edge and then back away. Reason being, the dragon's gonna come out of nowhere and kill all the enemies that are right here. And if you're in its area of damage or his AoE effect, you will die. It'll be super quick. And just like other Souls game, if you die, you lose all your runes. And in order for you to get it back, you have to go back over there to where you died previously and to obtain those runes. If you don't get it there in time and you die, all the runes that you previously lost, they're gone forever. But there is some light. If you buy one of these at a merchant, they will be replaced they will be lost in death in replace of your runes. So, for example, let's say you have like 76,262 runes, like I got. If I die and I had this in my talisman area, this will swap out and you won't lose any runes. You'll just lose this. But fortunately, you can buy a whole bunch of these. If you're dealing with enemies that do like a lot of damage, like physical damage, get the Dragon Crest Shield Talismans. This is going to be like end game to get. I recommend the Radagon Sword Seal because it'll let's see. It'll increase your vigor, endurance, strength, and dexterity by 5. Really recommend it. Yeah, the Sword Seals are better than the Scar Seals. Scar Seals only do 3. Sword Seals do 5. And yeah, your main thing is vigor, endurance, strength, and dexterity. So when you're doing a bleed build for a katana, what I recommend is just your vigor, your dex, and arcane. A little bit of intelligence so you can do magic damage. But if you get the Rivers of Blood katana like I have, that's going to require 20 arcane. But let's just say, for example, you beat 3 bosses in the game. So you beated Margit, Godric, and the third boss in this game, canonically, is Renala, Queen of the Full Moon. If you beat 3 of the bosses, and let's just say you don't like the build you're doing, you want to retry, but you don't want to start over on a new game. Well, fortunately, if you beat Renala, let me show you. When you beat Renala in this game, she'll be right there. She's kind of creepy.
Where did ye flee, my sweetings? Come out from whence ye hide.
You talk to her.
Now Is it thy wish to be born anew? To become a sweeting? Reborn of my beloved egg?
She has a weird hat. But it's like you can change your cosmetic from your character. But rebirth requires the larval tier. What does that do?
Be not
Well,
I would
let me show you. Depending on what class you pick, the game will reset yourself from your current max level to what your character's beginning level was at the very start of the game. So for example, my character would have been level 10. So that means all my stats I have, it's going to go back to its original form at level 10. I believe that's what my samurai classes starts off as. And I have 231 levels to add to all my stats. So I can switch this up however many times I can. Larval tiers look like... if I can find it. Let's see. Okay, it's not in here. It's in here. Larval tiers are these. You get, I believe, 9 at a time. No. Yeah, 9 per journey. And that's it. So you can switch your character's stat builds 9 times. So let's just say you don't want to be a samurai. You want to be someone who can deal like a lot of damage as a double-handed, dual-wielding axe maniac. You can. So for example, I can easily change my stats to be like max vigor, max dex, and slightly max arcane. I can do that. There is a lot, man. And I highly recommend trying out anything you want. For me, I prefer the bleed builds. It is the most broken thing to start off at the beginning of the game. Because at first you may think, like, it's not doing a lot of damage when you swing it, when you're damaging it. Let's just say, like, for example, the boss is held this doing this. Like that. But with the bleed build, it will do this. Dun, 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 dun. And then if you stack it enough, it'll go. There's like a big old, like, gap of damage that the bleed build caused. And it could change the tide of the match. But if you want to find the talismans for your choosing, I recommend going through as many caves as you can, because the majority of them you'll either get ash summons, talismans, or even new weapons. There's 2 areas where you get like your favorite weapons. Well, for me personally, Bleed looks nice, and after Sekiro, I like katanas. I wanted to be a samurai because they are also a master at being a bow class. And your very first bow that you start off with is... let me see if I can find it. Whoops, went too far. Your very first bow would be the longbow. You're going to be using this for the majority of the game. And you can use this to like aim or snipe at targets far away. This, you can find at the round table hold, but that's only if you have a lot of stone sword keys. And what are stone sword keys? They're used to unlock little hidden paths in the game. So, for example, it's not going to be this big of a spoiler, but when you get to the gate front and you work your way, let's just say you beat a Margit the Fell Omen, or probably before you beat Margit the Fell Omen, you talk to Melania, and she will invite you to the round table hold, which is all the way over here. It's not going to look like this, trust me. It's going to look a lot more alive, and you're going to see more NPCs. This is just how it looks like at the end of the game. You click this, boom, you got the Lost Side of Grace. Okay. You come around. If you want to find a couple of, like, items to get, you come over here to the left side of the wing, and there's these twin Meta husks. You're just going to have, like, not all of this, but just enough. But in order for you to get the black bow, where you have to go is go to the right wing. You can tell you're going the right path because you're going to see him. You run past him. You go down the stairs. Come in here. And when you come down here, there would be a white shade right up, like all around this area right here. And you'll see these goblins. This one would require just one stone sword key, which in this game looks like this. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like this. So you would use one right here. You come in here, and you'll see a treasure chest right here. You open it up, you'll get a crossbow with a couple of its arrows. For this one, you require 2 stone sword keys, so you need 3 in total. Come in here, nether chest. What do you get? You get this. To me, this is my personal favorite in the game. But do be forewarned, these weapons do require, like, attributes. So, for example, this one requires 9 strength and 20 dex, so I need to go level up my dex, because at the very beginning of the game, I only had 10 dex. So I would have to level up 10 more times just to use this bow. And to me, this one does a lot more damage than this. So it's like 171 plus 108. But let's just say your dex is 19, but you still want to use this bow. Unfortunately, this game will hinder it by reducing the amount of the main physical damage and the bonus damage. So for this one, let's just say like this 171 plus 10 black bow, if I was under 20 dex, it would go 100 damage plus 30 damage. Let's just say that's like an extra 100 damage that you could have if you just leveled up your dex one more time. So it's highly recommended to make sure that you meet the stat requirements. So for my Rivers of Blood, as you can see, it needs 12 strength, 20 arcane, and 18 dex. When I first got this thing, I needed to level up 8 more times to get my arcane up. Actually, at the beginning when you play as a samurai, your arcane is at level 8, so you would have to level it 12 times just to get to your to 20 arcane. Then you can use it to its full potential. And apparently, I have fire damage. How did I get fire damage on this thing? Oh well. But when you go to the Church of Ella, which is the very first site of grace that you go to after you get this one, you'll meet Kale, and there's like an anvil on the side. That anvil allows you to, like, at the very beginning of the game, level up your weapons to +3 max. If you want to level up more, you got to get to the round table hold, talk to this guy, strengthen your armament, and boom, you can level it up. So, for example, when you play as a samurai, you get this, the Uchikatana blade. At +3, it'll be at 128 plus 86, which equals up to 214 damage. And notice, it says causes loss buildup. Comparing that to this, just from +3 to +9, my blood loss buildup is at 45. This one is now at 85. So there's a benefit to doing this. And notice the require items. This requires smithing stones. This is like one of the main weapons that I've gotten at the very beginning of the game. The Meteoric Orb Blade, which you can get at Caelid. That also causes blood loss buildup, but there's magic that it has that can stagger enemies. I don't use it anymore. I don't care about it anymore. But like this, like regular weapons that require just regular smithing stones, those can go up to +25. Whereas the ones that require somber smithing stones, those can only go up to +10. So for this one, ta-da. So the Blood Uchikatana blades can do 112 blood loss buildup and 236 plus 333 physical damage. That's a lot. So that equates up to 569 or 559 damage. That's a lot. This one, on the other hand, does only a grand total of 413 damage. 413, 559. This has more blood loss. This doesn't have enough blood loss. The only downside for Uchigatana blades, they don't have built-in Ashes of War. So you had to make one for yourself. They do require a lot of smithing stones. See? And yeah, you can literally make your Uchigatana your end game weapons. The only thing stronger than your Uchigatana blades would be this. You can increase the blood loss build up for your Uchikatanas. A clean one before the Ashes of War would be 45. But I'm using the Blood Blade, which makes it 112. The downside with using this skill, though, is that it uses it takes away some of my HP just to do that damage. So be forewarned. So for this one, I want to do the same thing. Or do this. The Bloody Slash. But you can duplicate the Ashes of War if you want. Go to the Ashes of War duplication. If you got the Lost Ashes of War, any Ashes of War that you picked up, I can do like this. And now if I go to here, there's 2 of them. I want to use it for blood. Let me see. And I'll show you an example of what this does. So let's just say I'm going to go back to the Castle Ward Tunnel. So for example, let me compare this. This is my blood skill for using the Rivers of Blood Katana. As you can see, it doesn't drain my HP, but it does drain my MP. So if I switch to these and I use this skill, it does both MP see? It's kind of in a sense, but you can switch it. You can go back to your Sites of Grace, go to Ashes of War. Let's just say I want to switch it to this one. Okay. Now, if I use it, as you can see, it used up a pretty good amount. But remember, you can go back to your Site of Grace and heal up. It's a savings grace. And you might find these things. The Mixed Wondrous Physics. Usually, what you'll get at the very beginning of the game would be like a Crimson Crystal tier and a Cerulean Crystal tier, or every once in a while a Green Spell Crystal tier. This will be your like main ones. So this one, that one, and that's it. But if you battle Tree Sentinels, or not Tree Sentinels, Tree Spirits, which in order for you to find those, you would have to find them at any place in the game that has the minor herb tree. You kill them, you'll get more of those things. Apparently there's 32 in total. I guess I missed some, because I don't have that many. All I got is 23. Apparently there's 32. I didn't know that. So I guess I'm not completely 100% done with this Journey 2 ending. I need to go look for it. So that means there would be a grand total of 16 minor herb trees. So in total, there's one right here, one right there, here, right here, one on this side, one right there. Here. I think I missed one right there. I have to go right here and then work my way right there. There's one right here. Coming up here. There's one right there. One right there. This place is a nightmare, let me tell you. But I managed to get their first try for everything. And the game froze. Well then. Coincidentally, weird convenient timing, I guess. Welp. Okay. This happened twice today. Okay. Crashed again. I'm gonna have to check its integrities again. That's a shame. I guess this is a good time to just call it a day, I guess. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Huge shout out to Mikey Waskowski for coming on my stream and giving me a Twitch follow. I very appreciate it. See if you guys can help me out by reaching like 100 followers on Twitch and 100 subscribers on YouTube. If you guys can help me out with that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Tune in for my next stream. I'm probably going to be playing Horizon Zero Dawn for the first time. So if you guys haven't seen it before and you want to experience it alongside with me, go ahead and do that. I'm probably going to be streaming it tomorrow at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, or CST. If you guys want to follow me on my social media links to get the latest up-to-date things of what's going on in my personal life, or when the next stream is going to happen and what's going to be my plan, go on Facebook and Twitter, both at Heavens Archer. Thanks for all. Thanks for it all. I'll stop by next time and tell you how's it going. Thank you, Mikey. I very appreciate it. If you know anyone else that can wants to stop by and probably chill and hang out with me, or with us, feel free to let them know. Man, we're one follower away from 50 followers, which I never thought I was ever gonna get. But with your guys' love and support, we can get there. I believe in it. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I will be doing a blind let's play of Horizon Zero Dawn. And I'll see you guys all in the next stream, okay? Have a wonderful day.